President Tinubu in Rome for a cover process meeting on security. Nigeria National Clean Cooking Forum advances affordability and clean cooking and energy sources for families.
Our vision is of a cleaner Nigeria where no child gaps from smoke or inefficient cooking.
And federal government to be guided by no work, no pay, labor law. Minister of Education reacts to ASU strike. Hello and thank you for joining us. This is the news at 11 on NTA News24. We are live in Abuja and I am Charles Alpha with the news. President Bola Tinubu is now in Rome, the capital of Italy, for the Akaba process ahead of state and government level meeting with special focus on the security crisis in West Africa. The meeting, which will begin on Tuesday, is scheduled to bring together heads of state and government, senior intelligence and military officials from African countries, and representatives of intergovernmental and non-governmental organizations to discuss the evolving security challenges in West Africa. The Akaba process meeting, a counter-terrorism initiative, was launched by King Abdullah II of Jordan in 2015. It is co-chaired by the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and the Italian government. This edition recognizes the complex security challenges confronting West Africa, including the expansion of terrorist networks, the growing crime terror nexus, and the increasing overlap between land-based terrorism in the Sahel and maritime piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. The meeting will discuss ideas on how to coordinate efforts to counter terror, combat online radicalization, and disrupt digital networks that facilitate terrorist propaganda and recruitment. In a statement, Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, stated that in addition to attending the plenary sessions of the Akaba meeting, President Tinubu will hold bilateral talks with other leaders to explore ways of addressing the rising security challenges across the sub-region. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has directed all its chapters nationwide to commence a 2-week warning strike from midnight on Monday, October 13, 2025, following the expiration of the 14-day ultimatum issued to the federal government. ASU President Professor Chris Piwana announced this at an emergency press briefing in Abuja on Sunday. He said the decision became necessary due to the government's failure to address critical issues affecting the university system, despite repeated engagements and assurances.
This window to the negotiating table and discuss and resolve these issues with us. If they don't, we are going to meet again after 2 weeks. And when we meet after 2 weeks, we will take an action that will be certainly different from this one. Anybody that has followed the history of this union, they know that we work like a train. If we leave the station and start the journey, it's difficult to stop us until we get to the next station. And so, while we are ready, the drivers are ready, the train is serviced and ready to take off, we hope that they will not allow us embark on this next leg, which would be total and comprehensive.
The ASU president stressed that the union could no longer bear endless appeals without tangible outcomes. And Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, and the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmed have jointly reaffirmed the unwavering commitment of the federal government to constructive engagement with the academic staff union of universities, ASU, towards the sustainable resolution of all outstanding issues affecting the university system. The minister, in a statement by the ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Boriowo Folashade, stated that the federal government has virtually addressed all the concerns raised by ASU. This includes the introduction of a big percentage of teaching allowance and significant improvements in the conditions of service of academic staff. The few remaining matters are those that rightfully fall within the jurisdiction of the governing councils of the respective universities, which have been recently reconstituted to handle such internal issues. The note that though the government had met the deadline for presenting its position to the union as agreed, ASU has chosen to proceed with strike action. They, however, emphasized that the no work, no pay policy remains an extant law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the government will be guided by this law should academic activities be disrupted in the nation's university. The ministers urge ASU to reconsider its position and return to dialogue in the interests of students and the future of Nigeria's education system. Now, every day, millions of Nigerian women light fires, not just to cook, but unknowingly to risk their lives with smoke from firewood, charcoal, and other traditional fuels, which slowly poison the air they breathe. But as advocates and policy makers gathered at the Nigerian National Clean Cooking Forum, the question was, how much longer will these families wait for relief, with the affordability of clean cook stoves and other energy sources still a problem? The Nigerian Energy Transition Plan estimates that over 175 million Nigerians lack access to clean cooking solutions, with consequences to gender, health, and the environment, with many women and girls predominantly victims in most local and vulnerable communities. Hajia Fausat Yusuf and Ahmed Tijani are some of the millions of Nigerians who risk their lives daily with smoke from firewood, charcoal, and other traditional fuel, perpetually exposing their homes slowly to the poisoning air they breathe.
It's compulsory now because I'm going to cook. Gas, 1 kg is 1,100.
At this Nigerian Clean Cooking Forum 2025, with focus on unlocking investment and financing opportunities for Nigerian clean cooking, Hajia Fausat and Tijani are hoping they and many households like them will find relief.
Many of the local producers, including Nigerian LNG, are pricing Nigerian-made cooking gas in dollars. Therefore, when the exchange rate of dollar goes up, the cost of refilling our cylinders goes up. It should not be that way.
Even at the highest level, this is taking center stage, and it's a top priority at the level of cabinet to make sure that the legalities are moved along.
For the Minister of Environment represented, beyond this grave health challenge, the diminishing forest due to deforestation and escalating climate event, efforts must be on unlocking large-scale financing driven by innovation and empower women as key actors in clean energy markets.
Our vision is of a cleaner Nigeria where no child gasps from smoke or inefficient cooking, where women and girls are free to strive, pursue education.
And the main aim is to protect the environment and reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Charles Alpha, NTA News. The Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, calls for women's active participation in Nigeria's oil and gas sector beyond just being end users. She made the advocacy at the workshop to sensitize women to explore the liquefied petroleum gas value chain. And Ngozi Technical has that report.
Nigeria's energy plan for women focuses on promoting their participation in the energy sector. The Minister of Women Affairs emphasizes that the time for the paradigm shift is now to empower women to own and manage energy assets, leverage LPG to power communities, and improve livelihoods. She highlights that women and girls bear the health risks associated with over 80% of households relying on solid fuels for cooking.
This is a sector where women are mostly end users. It's important that we recognize that it's also an economic space for women, and we have to strengthen their participation. Because in strengthening their participation, we can actually get the penetration that we desire collectively.
But women have always been in the forefront of gas, not from the industry perspective. That is why I align myself with the push to get them to the front burner, both from the industry perspective and as end users.
All of the aspects that are required for this Wings initiative to be successful. Women in LPG is very happy to be working with the ministry.
The minister is ensuring that LPG is affordable to stabilize the price, reduce the price, make it more affordable for rural women.
The initiative is championed by the Ministers of Women Affairs, Petroleum Resources, Regional Development, and the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Energy, among other partners. In Abuja, Ngozi Teknikyo, NTA News.
The federal government has been urged to co-opt and integrate the media in the formulation of policies and programs that will benefit Nigerians. This was part of advocacy at Media Interaction to usher in a new platform, Patron TV, into the media space. Discussant emphasized the role of the media in shaping national discourse and promoting national orientation, while stressing the need to correct negative perceptions about the Nigerian society.
It will be a national and a global watchdog, which will build a vigilant, informed public, equipped to monitor, to respond, and of course to influence national and global development.
Especially you're looking at the current constitutional review, where we have about 86 constitutional alterations being considered. We are entreating the press to hold special programs to create awareness to Nigerians, so that it is not at the end of the process that Nigerians are now aware.
The spotlight is so that our audience can see what is happening, not just in Nigeria, but across the world.
To make sure that people are educated, the market women are educated, farmers are educated, taxi drivers are educated. It's not education of people in the National Assembly.
And you're still watching the news on NTA News24. We will take a quick break. More reports ahead. Stay with us.
Precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato
tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount. Arisco tomato paste, the taste of Nigeria.
Thank you for staying with us. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kaduso, is leading Nigeria's delegation to the World Bank and International Monetary Fund annual meeting in Washington, D.C., which opens on Monday, October 13. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, states Kaduso, as the alternate governor, replaces the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, who is indisposed. The Nigerian team will also comprise the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka. Key elements of the annual meetings include the Development Committee plenary session on October 16 and the International Monetary Financial Committee meeting on October 17. Other feature events include regional briefings, press conferences, and fora focused on international development, the global economy, and financial markets. The Founder Foundation for Human Capacity Development and Innovation, Suleja, Rear Admiral Hamza Ibrahim, is advocating for a shift in the educational curriculum from theory to a more practical terms to nurture creative instincts in young minds. Oyemi Ajayi reports this was at the close of a digital bootcamp and exhibition, DBEX 2025, with the theme Join the Trend of the 21st Century and Beyond.
When Umar Farouk Ibrahim was registering into the Foundation for Human Capacity Development and Innovation, Suleja, he thought there was nothing much to learn from there, with the belief that his 5 weeks with them would just avail him just some scientific theories. Amra Hamza, a fresh graduate, had the same inclination. But after a rigorous training in different areas of specialization, new orientation and knowledge sets in.
Well, before now, I am a graduate and I'm into printing. Now, the way I came here is not the way I'm living here today, because now I can say I'm equipped with some knowledge of cybersecurity.
Use Arduino Uno, that's like a board where we write programs to control hardware. We use softwares to control hardware. So now I feel like with little or with some knowledge I have, I feel like I can create machines, I can create robots that will make our life easier.
They are amongst about 60 interns who have been rigorously trained in artificial intelligence, data science and data analytics, software development, microcontroller programming, robotics, amongst others. A major emphasis made here is the need for a shift in education to more skills development, saying self-reliance in skills acquisition is a major step towards national growth.
Skills. You see, the world now is looking for problem solvers. A lot of people have degrees, but the degrees is about reading facts, cramming facts, and then giving facts to your lecturers, and they say you have first class. When you finish, you can't create, you can't do nothing. But if we have those that have the skill in harmony with those that have gone to school to understand the theories and the principle of these things, then they can work together. Without the skills to implement whatever research you have conducted, then there won't be a solution.
If we want to move forward and we want to progress, we must collaborate. All stakeholders, all hands must be on deck to see that our youth have skills and they progress digitally.
We have to de-emphasize paper education, and then we have to focus on what matters most. We have to focus on the real value. And the real value here is in terms of what you can do concretely on the ground.
No doubt, the number of graduates churned out from universities are more than the jobs available. So, focus now should be self-reliance through skill development. Hence, policy framework and private sector participation of skill development must be encouraged for skill development and national skill embraced by youth. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Now, turning 60 is a milestone worth celebrating, and for Dr. Ahmed Tijani Aliyu, it was marked with unforgettable joy and admiration. Lucia Diabo reports that the celebration was a graceful fusion of love and tradition, uniting family, friends, and dignitaries in tribute to a man deeply respected for his integrity and service.
Beaming lights and redeeming suns sets the tone for an unforgettable evening in Abuja, not just to mark a birthday, but to celebrate a life of purpose, service, and impact. Turning 60 is a milestone many cherish, and for Dr. Ahmed Tijani Aliyu, it is a moment of surprise, gratitude, and honor. What he believed would be a quiet family dinner turned out to be a grand celebration, meticulously orchestrated by his wife, former Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliyu. To family, friends, and well-wishers, the evening was more than a party. It's a moment to thank God for a life marked by humanity, service, and significant contributions to grassroots development.
That is a special birthday for the Sardauna Kakanda. We wish him a very happy birthday. May the new chapter he has entered bring more happiness, more wisdom.
I wish him long life and prosperity, that he will enjoy the better part of his life in good health.
The governor to rejoice with the celebrants and is wishing him well, long life.
And I welcome him into the Diamond Age. I want to also especially congratulate my dear sister, Dr. Ramatu Tijani, for giving her beloved husband this special birthday treat.
We are celebrating a man that has given his wife all the support that she needs to excel. And it's difficult for you to find such a man these days that will give his wife unlimited access to be what she was destined to be.
The celebration reached a high point with the ceremonial cutting of the birthday cake.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Thank God and thank my family, especially my wife. Well, I've been serving people and I hope to keep serving them going forward.
You know what it means? From a royal home of the northern extraction to say you want to be a politician and a female, especially in Kogi. But against all odds, he stood by me. And I want it to be encouragement to other men.
For all in attendance, the evening was a beautiful blend of elegance and emotion, a fitting tribute to a man whose 60 years has been defined by grace, dedication, and legacy. In Abuja, Lucia Diabo, NTA News.
And just before we go, let's quickly remind you some of our top stories. President Tinubu in Rome for a Kaba process meeting on security. Nigeria National Clean Cooking Forum advances affordable clean cooking and energy sources for families.
Our vision is of a cleaner Nigeria where no child gasps from smoke or inefficient cooking.
And federal government to be guided by no work, no pay, labor law, and Minister of Education reacts to ASU strike.
This is NTA News24.
And this is where we end the news. My thanks for watching. I am Charles Alpha.